in the Amazon influencer program and your income is kind of flatlined, your commissions aren't going up, or maybe they're even going down, I want to give you a hard truth. It's probably not Amazon. It's probably not your competition. It's probably not even bad luck that your videos aren't doing well. It's your strategy. Okay, this is part 3 of my Plateau series, where I talk about plateauing in the Amazon influencer program and how to break through that plateau and continue to grow in the program and grow your commissions month by month. So if you don't know me, my name is Craig. I've been a member of the Amazon influencer program for about 1.5 years now. And throughout that time, I've learned so many different things, tips, tricks. I've gone through good things, bad things. I've tried everything. And this account is basically designed to help you make as much money as you possibly can in the program. So if this video gives you any kind of value, do me a favor, throw me a like, subscribe to my channel, follow along for my next videos, and really, I just want to provide value to you and help you make more money in the program. So part 1, we talked about recognizing what kind of plateau are you experiencing in the program. In part 2, we talked about why most creators kind of stall out in the program. And in part 3, I want to talk about what are the fixes? Like, how do we fix a plateau in this program? And what are some actual steps we can take to continue to grow and to stop our plateau and actually have our income continue to grow in this program? The bottom line is, this is the point where I think a lot of creators quit. And that's what I want to encourage you right now, before I even go into anything, is I want to encourage you to keep going. Whether or not you have the perfect strategy in place, I think that's always going to be an ever-evolving thing. I think the bottom line is, whether take away all the things I say in this video, the number one piece of advice I can give is just to keep going. So even if your strategy is not perfect and optimized for every single ounce of income, keep going, and then you're going to be better than 99% of creators out there, because a lot of people, when they get to these hard parts or they get to months that are down months, they just quit. Okay, and understand that you always have the ability to shift, to make a change of plans, to call an audible, and that's what this video is all about. A lot of the reasons why people are plateaued, it's not because the opportunity is saturated. It's not because this program is just not going to work for you anymore. It's not because you missed the wave, but the truth is much simpler. The bottom line is, a lot of people in this program don't really have a strategy. And when people are taught to come into this program, a lot of the advice that I hear is just review anything and everything that you can. And what that leads to is a lot of random uploads, and you might get some instant success, which is great. And it actually is good for filling your storefront and helping you develop your own skills as a video creator, a content creator, an editor. All those things are great. It's just not sustainable in terms of growth. And so what I want to go through in this video is, how do you continue that growth in a sustainable way? So I guess the first question I want to ask you, or have you ask yourself, is, when you're about to review something, what's your process? How do you select a product to actually review? Do you say something to yourself like, oh, this is a cool thing, I would like to have this? Or, oh, I saw someone else post on this. This is something that I see is having success for someone else. Or are you thinking like, oh, this product might go viral? Or are you thinking, what I think a lot of times is like, I really just need to be uploading a product review because I haven't done it in a while. So that's not really a strategy. That's just activity. And so what I'm learning, constantly learning this, is that you need to be more strategic about what you're reviewing, even if it doesn't feel like you're being productive. And that's the problem, is that activity in general feels productive, but you don't want to do activity just for the sake of making videos. It's a time suck, and it just takes you away from things that could actually be making you more money. So the bottom line is, most creators look around them and look for products that they find interesting, or things that they might need. And that's a strategy. It's just not a strategy that's going to continue your growth in the program. Instead, what we need to be thinking of is understanding people who are out there in the market and what they're looking for and what they want to buy. Seek out the products that people are wanting to buy and purchase, and review those types of products. Not just products that we're interested in, because that's great, and sometimes there will be some overlap there. But the majority of the time, what we're thinking about and what we're thinking through for our lives is not what the general population is going to be shopping for. In my opinion, this shift will change everything for you. You got to stop thinking about, what should I post? That should not be your thought process in terms of making a video. Start thinking in terms of, what are the questions that this buyer might have on a particular product before they're buying it? And even better than that, start thinking about, what are the types of products that people are going to have questions on before they buy it? Right? There's a lot of products that people are reviewing that there's no way someone's going to go and watch an influencer video on, because they're not going to have any questions on it. If what you want to start thinking about is, what is the buyer thinking through when they're going to be purchasing something? What are some of the questions they're asking? And think about what you might ask yourself when you're the person that's buying the product. Okay, is this product actually worth the money? Does it work for what it's intended to work for? how does this product work versus how does some other product in the same category work? So like a comparison. Is there any issues with this product in certain areas? Like, these are the types of questions you want to start asking. And a lot of people that are plateaued in this program are just posting these like surface level reviews. They're quick demos. There's no depth to these reviews at all. And what happens is you don't end up converting a lot of sales that way, because people can sniff that out right away and they'll click onto a video that gives them more depth and more value. So how do you fix something like this? Well, the first thing that I would do is I would stop chasing the trendy product. So number one, the trendy product is going to be super competitive just by its very nature. What you have to start doing is start targeting products that people research before buying. So there are certain products out there that people are just not going to do much research on because they already know that they love it. They're going to go on Amazon and buy it, but they're not going to go watch an influencer video on that particular product because they don't need to know much information about it. You have to start targeting products that people need to do research on. Okay, so for an example for me, tablets. Okay, and so what I do is I use the tablet, I experience the tablet, and I do some research on the tablet, and I find out the ins and outs of the tablet, and I answer the questions that I think would come up on my review. And that has been turning into pretty good income for me, because I think people, when they buy a tablet, they want to know certain things about the tablet. Is it fast enough? Can you download certain apps? How's the battery life? Like things like that, they want to know from an actual person that's going to tell them from their experience how they enjoyed the product. And that's an example of something that is not a trendy thing. Like, tablets are not trendy, but people do a lot of research on tablets before they buy them. It is an expensive product, and it's an investment. So they want to make sure that they're getting value for their investment. And by reviewing products like that, what that's going to allow you to do is provide value to the customer. They're going to see from your experience what your thoughts are on the product, your honest thoughts are on the product, and they're more likely to buy the product based on you answering their questions and their pain points. In my experience, what I've noticed is that when I start to review these products that might take more time to get to know, these products might take more time to research on your own and to develop a feel for and to become an expert in, but those videos that you create are going to have so much more value for the consumer, and they're going to be so much more likely to make the purchase after hearing your experience with it. Instead of reviewing something that's really easy to review, hey, this is a cool mouse, I like this mouse because it's wireless, and you just connect it to your computer like this, and all things they could find out on their own that aren't even hard to find out, okay? But if you can give more depth to your videos, then people are going to value that, and it's going to lead to more purchases. Here's the second fix that I think will help you break through this plateau, and that's to stop being so random. And that's what I have this issue all the time, is because I have kids and they're bringing in all kinds of things into the house all the time, and my mind goes right to, I should review that, I should review that, I should review that. And it's completely random. And not that I don't have experience with these things. It might be a toy or a board game or like, a ball or something cool that the kids like to play with, but it's completely random. So instead of going completely random, what you need to do is be a little bit more specific about the areas that you're targeting. So for my example with the tablet, I really like to do things that involve technology. And so by doing things that are very much technology based, what that does is I'm not building videos that are just noise, okay? I'm starting to build deeper videos, a deeper library with more value to them. And what ends up happening is I start to build trust. So now if someone sees me on one product on a tablet and I have a review on that tablet, and then they see me on a screen extender for a laptop screen extender, they're gonna maybe go back and be like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. And then he was able to, tell me about this one, so I'm gonna actually trust him. And so you will start to build trust with that consistency. And also Amazon will reward your consistency. They're going to push your videos because they notice that people are clicking your videos. So if people are clicking my technology videos because I do a good job doing in-depth reviews on these particular products, Amazon's going to start to realize that. And they're going to, if I put a new technology video up, they might push me above some other influencers because now I'm developing some trust in that space, rather than reviewing a toy, then reviewing a desk chair, then reviewing something for your garage. Amazon's not going to know what's going on, and then when you put a video up, you're just going to go to the end of the line. So any edge you can get based on any kind of expertise, and you can develop your own expertise in these areas, then you can start to be niched down and continue to get products in that particular category. So the third thing that I would do to help fix plateauing in the program, and this is what I've done a lot of, and I think I find a lot of value in this particular step, and that's to audit your last 20 videos, 20 or 30 videos. Take a look at them, okay? Are about 15 or 20 of them dead weight, right? Are a lot of them dead weight? A lot of people in this program, you'll see people on Facebook groups, you'll see people on YouTube always touting about how many videos they have. And every time I say that, I'm like, that's fine. I understand that you can upload 50 videos per day. I don't think that that's beneficial in a lot of areas, because what's end up happening is you're creating a lot of uploads, but you're not going deep. You can't be going as deep. If you're making 50 uploads in a particular day, you can't be going as deep as I am if I'm making one upload on a tablet on a specific day. Okay. And so what ends up happening is they might have success with that, and that's fine. I'm not saying you can't have success uploading lots and lots of videos, but you're going to end up with a lot of dead weight as well. So if you upload 50 videos, how many of those videos are actually converting? All right. So you have to audit that. You have to constantly be auditing yourself. And you might go down a path where you're being successful for a few months and your videos, maybe out of those 20 videos, 15 of them are doing really good. And you feel like, okay, I'm in a really good spot. But then the following month you do the same thing, and now 15 of them are not doing great and only 5 are doing good. So you have to reevaluate. So you have to constantly be auditing your last month, right? Your last 20 videos is a good way to put it. So if you're noticing that a lot of your videos end up being dead weight, well, what you know is that that's not an Amazon problem, okay? That's a you problem, all right? That's a me problem. That's a problem that we can fix on our own, because we know that we have the ability to make videos convert. It's just we got to do the right things to position ourselves in the right spots so that our videos can convert. And we need to be more targeted in terms of the products that we are reviewing and the videos that we upload, and that's going to lead to better commissions, more consistent growth. That's what we're looking for. The casting that wide net and doing 50 videos a day, like I said, that is a strategy. I'm not saying that's not a valid strategy. It's just not, for me, that's not a strategy that can have consistent growth in this program. And so I want to be able to grow, and I want to be sustainable. It's not sustainable for me to do 50 videos every single day. It is sustainable for me to do good research, find good products, make good videos, and put those up on Amazon, and those will be converting videos. A higher percentage of those will be converting videos, which will allow me to continue to grow in the program. So here's the bottom line. When you hit a plateau and you notice your income stalling, you notice your growth has stalled, don't look at that as a bad thing. Look at that as Amazon telling you that there's an issue, right? It's communicating with you. It's saying, hey, you got to make some changes here. If you want to continue to grow in the program, you have to make some changes. All right, whether that's better products, whether that's finding products that have better placements, they're telling you something. And so by looking back at your own products, at your own videos, you can be the determining factor of, okay, what am I doing well? What am I not doing well? What can I do better in the next 20 videos that I make? And if you do this every so often, because guess what? If you break through this plateau, it doesn't mean that there's not another one hiding behind it a few months down the line. I always say that this is a program that is so easy and so hard at the same time. To be consistent in this program is very difficult. It's a grind. But at the same time, once you are consistent and you get the wheels spinning and you have that process, that workflow, it's so easy because the income just comes. Okay. And that's what I love about it, is because this program rewards your consistency. It rewards your changes. So when you make these changes, you're going to see changes in your income. Okay, it's guaranteed. You're going to see changes because you're making changes based on prior performance. And that's going to allow you to make more money in the program. And so if you're constantly evolving, if you're constantly changing, you're constantly trying to do better in the program, it's going to reward you for that. If you're someone who's like, nope, I got to do it this way, this is how I do it, and this is my process, and you're not really the type of person that can like change on the fly, this program's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to continue to grow in the program. So in summary, what we want to do in this program to continue to grow is to go from random videos to intentional videos, okay? To go from surface level videos to strategic videos, all right? So instead of going very wide, we want to go a lot deeper. And what that's going to allow us to do is have more conversions and more growth in the program. If you're serious about being an Amazon influencer and continuing to grow in the program, do me a favor, subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to just give you guys videos that will provide value to you and to help you make more money in the program. Please follow along, put these plays in your playbook, and I'll see you next time.